May the words of my mouth, the meditations of all of our hearts be acceptable to you, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. What a joy it is to be here today. Amen. Thank you. It is a joyful day. And again, just because we are not having the actual bread and wine today does not mean the communion is not happening. It is. It doesn't wear out on Saturdays, so you have to come back on Sunday to get fueled up again. It's communion in a different way. And the theme for this Sunday in Advent is joy. That's why the candle is pink. So we lit 2 blue ones, and now we have the pink one. So growing up, we did not really experience Advent. We knew about it. I knew that there was a time before Christmas, but I'm the kind of person that really likes Christmas. We go to the mall when it's crowded because we think it's fun to be out there with all the music and noise and lights and people. But the purpose of Advent is important, and it's different because it comes at the darkest time of year. Turning on our lights at 5 o'clock, David and I often comment, this is when we'd be moving to the patio and figuring out what we're going to grill for dinner and getting ready to go for a walk at 8:30, and it's still light. But it's still a miracle because we can use these different seasons, the ordinariness of life, to make them holy. Our job as God's people is to make holy everything because God said these are holy. So I want to talk today for just a few minutes about joy. Now, we heard a whole series of lessons, and they were full of peace, which is the theme for the first Sunday in Advent, hope. The second Sunday is peace, and today is joy. And we heard all of these in the lessons today. However, there is a flip side to everything. Do you remember when Apollo 13 went around the dark side of the moon? Did I have the number right, James? Was it 13? Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, well, thank you. Dawn gets a gold star for today. They went to the dark side of the moon and were out of communication for a long time. I have never forgotten that because to me, that would have been terrifying. But I started to think that so many times in life, the only way to come back around to the light is to go to the dark side. So we have this time to go into the darkness. Now, remember, we are not doing this alone. Our Christian walk as God's people, as people who follow the teachings of Jesus, we are not rugged individualists. Yes, we become strong. Yes, we become spiritually mature. But we are doing this together. So when we talk about joy in the midst of the darkness, I personally may not be in a joyful place. My life could be a disaster. I may have lost my job. I may have a family member who's clinging to life with all they have. I may not be able to afford health care, and I'm not sure how to feed my children this week. Some of us live in darkness. But that is why we're in community, because the rest of us who are joyful, who are blessed with a period of joy, we go into that darkness with them. We hold that light. Yes, we feel alone. Yes, we feel like God has forsaken us. But there is still that spark in us that knows that someday those who carried the light will bring it forth in us. So what is this darkness? It can be personal. It can be a time just like Lent, where we look in the mirror and say, you better have a little come to Jesus talk. This also means we go into the darkness of the world. We carry the darkness of the world. We see it. We experience it. I don't care which side of the church you sit on, the gospel side or the epistle side. I don't care what kind of car you drive. I don't care what your political viewpoint is, because, like it or not, we are in this together. And when we walk into the darkness together, we experience the joy together. I think we can only find true joy, and it's different than happiness. It's deeper. It's more meaningful. It reaches across divides. It gives us that tiny little hope that someday things are going to work out and be better. That's joy. Now, I'm happy to be here with you today, but I might go home and something breaks and then I'm not so happy. But joy, the joy from this season carries us through those times. So let's take this season. We still have a couple more weeks. We can do this together. So let's go willingly into the darkness of the world. A friend of mine who is Buddhist said, you just sit in it. Just find a place literally and sit and let yourself feel the pain and the darkness. When we were in Israel one summer with our children when they were very young, we were there for an extended period of time. We went to visit friends of ours who were working with the Anglican Church there. And Roy asked us what we were experiencing. And we said, it is so hard. It's so hard being here. He said, good, because if you didn't experience the hardness, you're not going to see the joy. You're not going to truly feel what it's like to walk where Jesus did. So we sit with this. And those of us who are joyful, be joyful, but know that we still carry that darkness. My favorite prayer in Compline is keep watch, O Lord, this night with those who are sick, those who weep, but shield the joyous. That's what we do. So be joyful, all right? Because even in joy, we are still aware of the darkness, but we are the light. Amen.